You think love will complete you. But look closer. Every swipe is a confession. Every match is a prayer to fill the void inside. We scroll through faces. We craft perfect profiles. We chase the dopamine of validation. Plato knew what you're really doing. You're climbing a ladder you can't see. Each person you choose, each relationship you build, each heart you break or lose, it's not about them. It's never been about them. What if the greatest philosopher of desire knew the truth about your loneliness? What if he saw through every I love you to the hunger beneath? The algorithm promises your other half. Plato saw the shadow you're running from. Imagine Athens, 385 BC, marble symposiums, lit by oil lamps, philosophers drunk on wine and wisdom, debating the nature of desire. Plato watched men praise love as divine madness. He watched them claim love completes us, that we are broken halves seeking wholeness. But he had seen something else. He had watched Socrates die, his teacher, his love, executed by the very city they served. That loss carved a question into his soul. What is this force that drives us to need, to cling, to worship another person as if they could save us? From that wound, he built a ladder, not a ladder of comfort, but of brutal ascent. Love begins with bodies, he said. Then it climbs, to minds, to virtues, to ideas, to truth itself. Each rung demands you let go of the person below. Eros was never about finding someone. It was about becoming something. Look around you. We were told love is finding the one. But what if it's happening now? What if every swipe, every date, every desperate search is the ladder, and we're stuck on the first rung? We once gathered in symposiums. Now we gather on apps. Yet we still believe someone out there will make us whole. We once wrote love letters by hand. Now we craft bios for algorithms. Yet the hunger remains the same. We once called it divine madness. Now we call it connection. Yet the emptiness it hides grows deeper. A man swipes right. A woman edits her photo. We are searching for salvation in another person's arms. Dating apps instead of philosophy. Matches instead of meaning. Notifications instead of knowing ourselves. You message, you meet. You merge your lives. You believe this time will be different. This person will fill the space inside. This love will be the one that lasts. But look closer. Every relationship you started was a rung on the ladder. Every person you loved was a teacher you didn't recognize. Not because they failed you, because you never understood what you were climbing toward. The mind fragments under endless choice. The soul starves while swiping through abundance. Desire pulls harder than reason admits. You post couple photos. You announce anniversaries. You perform happiness while the void whispers beneath. We build lives together, yet die alone in our thoughts. We share beds, yet hide our shadows. We say, I love you, while secretly asking, will you complete me? Plato's ladder was never about romance. It was about transformation. First rung, you desire a body, the curve of a face, the touch of skin. You swipe until you find it. You consume it. You cling to it. Most people never leave this rung. Second rung, you desire a mind, connection, conversation, someone who understands. You believe you've evolved. You're still hungry. Third rung, you desire virtue, goodness, someone who makes you better. You think you found purpose. You're still climbing. Fourth rung, you desire ideas, truth, beauty, knowledge. The person becomes secondary. You're getting closer. Final rung, you desire truth itself. The person disappears. The void you've been running from, it transforms. Because now you see, it was never emptiness. It was space for something you had to discover alone. We scroll, we swipe, we settle. We never climb. The algorithm offers infinite choice. Plato offered infinite loss. To ascend the ladder, you must release what you love. Each rung requires letting go. You know this truth. You feel it in the panic when they pull away, in the terror of being alone, in the way you reshape yourself to keep them close. We are told love is holding on. Plato taught love is letting go. You chase the one because you refuse to face yourself. You build relationships because you fear the silence within. You call it love. He called it the shadow. The pattern repeats. The cycle continues. You will swipe again. You will fall again. You will believe again, unless you look inward. Maybe the latter was never about finding someone. Maybe it was about losing the need for someone. Maybe the one was never out there. Maybe it was the self you abandoned to make room for them. The shadow is not your loneliness. It is the truth that no person, no matter how perfect, can fill the void you carry, because the void is not a flaw. It is the space where your unlived life waits. Every failed relationship was not a failure. It was a rung. Every heartbreak was not an ending. It was an invitation to climb. The shadow is the hunger, the fear, the desperate need, the compass pointing to what you've refused to become. You swipe because you're searching, but you're searching in the wrong place. Look inward. What are you really trying to escape? The silence? The questions you haven't answered? The person you've never become? Plato knew. Love begins with another, but it ends with yourself. The latter doesn't lead to a person. It leads through them. Each love teaches you to need less. Each loss reveals more, until you reach the final rung and realize you were never incomplete. You were always whole. But you had to climb alone to see it. The apps will keep promising. The algorithm will keep matching, but the void will remain until you turn inward, step outside the pattern, see it everywhere. The couples who cling in quiet desperation, the singles who swipe through numbness, the married who wonder if this is all there is. We are all on the ladder. Most of us never leave the first rung, but you can climb, not by finding the perfect person, by releasing the need for them, not by filling the void, by entering it, by sitting with the silence, by asking what you've been avoiding. The ladder lives within you. Each relationship is a mirror. Each heartbreak is a lesson. Each moment alone is an invitation. To change your love, you must change yourself. The shadow follows. It whispers that you're broken, that you need someone to fix you. But it's lying. You were never broken. You were always climbing. The choice to awaken is yours alone. When was the last time you chose yourself over someone else? Share your thought below in the comments section.